Today's question is, what are the lines between art and not art? Man, this is so tricky. This is so tricky. I think that with a bit of an open mind, anything that you make is a work of art. Anything that exists is a work of art in some ways. Art merely means, I just say merely, am I getting that pretentious on this channel? Art just means any sort of creation, and that's as far as you need. And I like having that big, all-encompassing definition, even though people who consider themselves to have high taste, which I think most people do. I don't think people actively say, hey, my taste sucks. I actually have met people that say that, and I respect those people. But people who think that they have high taste don't like the idea that anything is art. And I get that. There's a level of egotism in that thinking, though, and I know because I still have that thinking in some ways, and I had it much stronger, not self-aware, when I was younger. You're separating yourself from the low-class art by, not even calling it art a lot of the time. You're saying that you are in a higher tier. And so stuff that is of a lower tier is, it can offend your sensibilities and everything. A lot of it is just a self-defense. And we get really mad, at least I used to, when a piece of art is enjoyed by somebody else that doesn't seem to have, the technical qualities that we demand in our art. But then, of course, the place where that falls apart is that all of us have what are commonly called guilty pleasures. I don't personally like to call them guilty pleasures because I don't really feel a lot of guilt when I listen to a song that I know is stupid. I'm learning how to do the song 1 week. I'm preparing my karaoke song for next time I'm at a bar. And I love that song. And yeah, it's really stupid. And, it's not a well-structured song. It's just very inane. And I love that song. I'm a big fan of Matchbox 20. I legit think that Rob Thomas is a great singer, and I also think that it sounds a lot of the time like it could mix in with any of that sea of early 2000s adult soft rock. But I still love Matchbox 20. I love the movie 8 Crazy Nights. Adam Sandler movie. A lot of it because I saw it when I was a kid. But, we have all kinds of reasons why we like things. A lot of them is nostalgia. Yeah, I loved that movie as a kid, and so it still gives me a warm feeling even through all its really cringy, not high-class humor. And so if I'm going to stand here and be like, hey, that art is way too beneath me, and you are not of a high viewer caliber for enjoying it, well, then I'm just going to end up beating my own butt when I like something that is also not high caliber. In quotes. There's obviously stuff that requires more skill and touches on subjects deeper. Just flat out requires more effort to make than other things. But there's never going to be a universal scale for a quality of art, and there's never even really going to be a universal scale of what is art. I think we say art as a way to distinguish what we're doing when we make something. And that's useful to have that distinction for functioning purposes, but it is just a human distinction, and everything that's ever been created is a work of art in some way. I'm a work of art. My mom tells me. And yeah, all people are works of art. If you're working on yourself, you are crafting yourself. You are crafting yourself. You are sculpting yourself. You are reshaping yourself. A lot of the time we reshape ourselves specifically for the purpose of how we're going to appear to other people. What are we doing? We're creating an art piece. I remember I saw somebody, I saw somebody who I could tell like had the same birthday as me, and I pointed out to her, it was a stranger, but I was like, hey, we have the same birthday. And she's like, oh, cool. And like I was like, hey, we're both Pisces. Hey, are you creative? And she's like, yeah, I run a business. And I loved that answer. Yeah, I'm creative because I run a business. A business really is a work of art. It takes a level of craft and constant reshaping to run a business. And the best thing about art that we humans make is that it also requires a level of personalization. We put our little spin on it. We got our own style in everything that we do. There are universal possibilities when it comes to art. Like infinite possibilities. And that's so cool and so overwhelming to think about, and so humbling when you realize that you could spend your entire life becoming the most skilled artist in any medium or several different media, and you still will not pull off even a fraction, even an infinitesimally small little piece of the ultimate capacity for art. But hey, you'll have your little blip. You'll have your little dot in that infinite sea of art. And that's just always my goal, is just to make sure I'm claiming that little dot.